Let me tell you about the time that wholesaling, JV wholesaling, if you don't know what that is, that's joint venturing. That's working with another wholesaler to wholesale their deal or they wholesale your deal. Let me tell you about the time that JVing real estate saved my life. Okay. It saved my life many times in my real estate journey over the last 7 years. If you don't know what JVing is, if you don't do it, I invite you to start JVing, start working with others, start collaborating. There's so much money out there. Now, let me tell you about the experience. This is Nathan Payne's Wholesaling Real Estate Storytime Tales from the Trenches. But specifically, this episode is about JVing. Now, I've done over and again, this is not a brag. This is just to tell you what's going on. Over like $500,000 in JV deals and assignment fees. And if you're not JVing, you're missing out. There's so many opportunities out there. And I'll tell you about the opportunities that where it saved my life, not only to JV other people's deals, but for people to JV my deals. Okay. So let's bring it back. This was a couple years ago. Now my journals are over there on the shelf. I'm not going to show you my journal when we wrote this. Maybe another time I can read the entry. But let's dive in. I was wholesaling. I started doing nationwide wholesaling, started going all over the country. That was a big thing in 2022 during the pandemic. Like everyone was like, oh, let's work virtually and work everywhere in the United States. That sounds like a great idea. And it's not a bad idea. I learned how to do it, but it is not a good idea if you don't know what you're doing, which I didn't know. So I guess it is a bad idea if you just go too broad. There's a lot of problems. All right, I'll just start with there's a lot of problems. So I went nationwide and I started doing nationwide pay-per-click. I hired a bunch of cold callers and pulled a bunch of lists from different cities. And we were just hammering these lists. Within a couple months, I found myself within, I think it was like $60,000 of debt. No, I think it might've been $45,000 of debt for marketing spend. And we had deals, but they were taking some time to close. All right. And I don't know if anyone's felt that pain or that pressure of being like, well, we got marketing spend adding up and we ain't doing the deals. Okay. We're not doing enough deals to pay for everything. And I don't find myself in that situation now because I do things a lot differently. I don't like to get myself in a bind like that. I think it's too big of a risk to just spend a ton of money and cross your fingers and say, I hope I can pay this off. There's definitely different ways, better ways to do it. And I'm going to be talking about that later. But let's talk about this story. Found myself about $45,000 in debt. One of the cold callers that we had, she was from the Dominican Republic. Okay. And she had called this guy. We had pulled the list in Denver. Okay. And she had called this guy who he was a wealthy man. And I get on the phone with him and he's like, man, who you got calling me? She set me up an appointment with you, but she basically she barely could speak. And I was like, oh man, really? She's like, yeah, she just sounded kind of like she didn't know what she was doing, but I'm talking to you because I'm interested to see what you have to say. And I was like, wow, well, thank goodness that worked out. But it wasn't like immediate that like this guy was like, hey, I need to sell my house fast. First, he was like, I have a rental. It's in really good shape. I don't know if I want to sell. He was playing hardball. Okay. He's playing hardball with me. And what ended up happening through my sales process that I still use and I like a lot is basically I was like, hey, I was disqualifying him. I was like, hey, you know what? I think you should, it sounds like this is not that bad of a property. I think you should flip it yourself. I think you should you have a tenant right in there, right? Like I was basically pushing him not to go for a cash offer because I think that's one of the best ways to go about and gain trust is to not just be like, oh yeah, I can buy it. Let me give you my low ball cash offer. I like to find out what's going on. So eventually I found out that there was a lot bigger issue at hand than what the seller was letting me know about. So he was a older Buddhist man. He was a cool guy, awesome guy, but he was a Buddhist and older guy, pretty wealthy. This was a home, like $1 million home that he had in Denver, and it was a rental. And this is the story. That's what he told me. He said, some young man joined my Buddhist church and needed a place to stay. So I let him rent out one of my properties, my mansion. And the guy is a bodybuilder. He's jacked. He's all tatted up. He's got piercings in his cheek. He's ripped. He's scary. And what's happened is he stopped going to my Buddhist church. He stopped paying the bills. He stopped paying. And I'm scared of him. Basically, he didn't say I'm scared. He wasn't going to fess up to that, but I could tell. he was scared. I would be scared too. God darn it. So he said, I'm scared. Basically, I'm scared of this guy and I don't want to have to deal with it. Like, I just want to sell the property as is. I know it needs some work. The guy's like growing marijuana in the basement. I don't know what's going on. I'm just not trying to deal with it. He's like, I'm older. I'm wealthy. I don't need to deal with this crap. And I was like, well, what do you want for it? And we're not going to get into all this, the numbers and stuff, but we negotiated and we ended up getting the property. It's probably worth $1 million fixed up. We ended up getting it for about $800,000. Okay. Cause it needed some work. And, we thought we could wholesale at that price. And, what ended up happening was, we were willing to bite on terms, right? So that's why we were going to give him 800. And I said, if you want cash, we'll do 750. So we started blasting this out and we knew how to dispo, like we knew how to reach out to people, but this was an interesting situation, right? The situation was the tenant was scary, didn't want to get out, and the guy didn't want to deal with it. So imagine approaching a buyer about this. You don't know. I'm not living in Denver, right? I was living in Salt Lake. So calling people and saying, hey, this is the opportunity. You can buy this house, you can flip it, you can make money on this, right? It was a good deal, but you have to deal with the tenant. And everyone was like, and we weren't giving all the details. Yeah, we were telling them what was going on, but we weren't like, hey, this guy's scary. But people just didn't want to have to deal with it, especially at that price point. And we're like, man, we know this is a good deal. And we were about to let this deal go. We're about to be like, well, we can't find anybody. Nobody's willing to take this deal on. And this is where JVing comes into play, everybody. Why is JVing so incredible? Not only have I JV'd a lot of deals, but this deal saved me, right? This wholesaler that I work with, Mike, he saved me in this situation. I'm $45,000 in debt and deals aren't closing as fast as I'd like. And we have this opportunity, which we think we can make about $100,000 on it, but nobody really wants to take it on. I think of Mike. I was in a mastermind at the time and I said, hey, isn't Mike, give me a sec. I said, hey, isn't Mike in Denver? And I was like, yeah, I was talking to one of my buddies. He's like, yeah, he is. So I was like, let's hit him up. Let's see if he can help us. Cause maybe he's got some buyers that we can use. Maybe he's got that better relationship. Cause real estate is all about relationships. Everyone, like, yes, you can send out a good deal and someone might take it. But if you have a relationship, you can do way, way better. Okay. You can do a lot more deals. So we sent out this deal to Mike. He's like, yeah, I got someone to buy it. And I was like, well, what would they pay for it? He's like, for cash, they'll do 800,000. And I was like, what, really? Like, so we had it at 750. So we were going to make $50,000 on this deal. And he's like, yeah, no problem. Yeah. The guy's, he's down. We'll just, after we buy it, we'll just tell the tenant to leave. We'll just ask him to leave. I deal with that all the time. So we're like, okay. So guys, check out this situation. About to drop a deal in debt, but because we have a relationship with another wholesaler who knows how to JV, I had about 3-4 years of experience at that time. Maybe I think it might have been 2 or 3 years of experience. I knew how to wholesale. I knew how to dispo deals. I knew what was going on, but I was about to walk away for $50,000 because I did not have the right relationship. That is how powerful JVing can be. It can save you. It can save your deals. It can help you do more deals. So when another wholesaler, don't look at other wholesalers and be like, oh man, these guys, they're always just trying to JV. They might have a relationship that you do not in a tough situation to get something across the finish line. Okay. So don't always poo-poo on people want to JV. All right. And I've JV'd with a lot of people. I actually got like my beginning start in wholesaling with JVing because people actually, I needed help finding buyers in the beginning. Okay. So there's definitely a need for having those relationships and those buyers. Okay. So what ended up happening is we assigned it to our guy. What ended up happening is he actually bought it. He's like, I actually want it. He bought it. He ended up flipping it and he made about $128,000 on it profit. Okay. Good for him. We made 50. He took the risk. He took it and made $128,000 on it. And he said it barely had to flip it. What ended up happening is Mike, after he bought the property from us, he went in, he just knocked on the door, said, hey, I bought the property. Your landlord sold it. I need you out of here, please. I don't want any problems. The guy said, okay, yeah, no problem. I'll move out of here. Sorry. I don't mean to be of any inconvenience to you. And he left. that like that. He just left. So I think he just had problems with the guy, maybe at the church, the Buddhist church. They were button heads. Who knows what was going on? I think he said that the guy didn't repair some stuff. I don't know. All I know is everybody got out. Everyone was happy. And the thing with the seller that I was working with is he was completely happy with the situation. He didn't have to deal with it. So guys, this guy was extremely wealthy. Why did he want to sell at a discount? Why? And I told him, hey, you should list this. You should just deal with it. You should take care of it yourself. You should flip it yourself. Blah 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 blah. You should evict him. He's like, nah, nah, nah. It ain't worth my time. I don't have time for that. I don't want to deal with it. I got better things to do with my time. I'm old. I ain't got to deal with it. I don't want to deal with that. So if people are hearing this and they think, oh, wholesaling, that's just, taking advantage of little old grannies. No, guys, no, not at all. Like, you can't take advantage of someone. Maybe there are people out there that do, but I don't, because I tell them, hey, don't, there's other options, the cash offer that can probably be a better service to you. And then they're like, nah, 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 nah. I want this done. I don't want to think about it. I want this done ASAP. Can you help me? And then I'm like, of course I can help you. So JVing saved my life. That deal got my company out of debt. Fortunately, we had some other deals closed and we were back running on, the engine was going. So, what got my company in debt was just nationwide wholesaling, trying to figure it out all at once, and spending way too much on marketing and not closing deals. What can keep your company out of debt, and not even out of debt? What can make you a lot of money is JVing. Okay, joint venturing. All right. I love joint venturing. I think it's extremely profitable. It is extremely profitable because you don't have to spend your own money on marketing. There's someone else out there marketing, finding the seller, and then they don't focus like I did many times. I did not focus on finding the right buyer. I just focused on the acquisitions, and then someone came and saved my life. All right. After I spent all that money. That is why JVing is incredible. I invite and I tell everybody to JV. If you're wholesaling, you need to be able to move other people's deals with the relationships you have. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you do that? Okay, having done over $500,000, I haven't kept tabs on exactly how much, but I know it's well over $500,000 on assignment fees from just JVing, and I don't even focus that much on it, right? Like, yes, I think it's good, but if it was like my pure business model, yes, you can make a lot more than that. It's more of like I do it here and there when I see opportunities. But yeah. So anyway, the reason why I'm making this video is because the story is wild. I went from thinking one day I was going to make $0 on a deal to the next day making $50,000, all because of JVing, all because of relationships, all because of talking to people and seeing how we can work together. You can do that for other people. You can save them. I'm so grateful for Mike. I tell him all the time. Actually, I haven't told him in a while. I haven't talked to him in a long time. Tell him all the time. I told him when it happened all the time. I was like, yeah, man, thank you so much. And he was happy. He made over $128,000. So again, that's all I got to say. JVing saved my life. So the reason, again, why I'm saying this to you guys is I want you all to do it. And this is what's been happening to me recently. And then I'm going to wrap up the video. Okay. People have been hitting me up that are balling on budgets. They don't have a lot of money. They want to join my apprenticeship. They want to join other people's programs. They want help, but they do not have the money. I get it. When I started, I had $0. I didn't have any money to start. I was just knocking doors, trying to figure it out. It took a while. And I wish I had someone that could have helped me. Right. So I've had a lot of people reach out to me, and I make a lot of videos about JVing, and people are like, hey man, can you teach me how to JV or like show me the contracts and all that stuff? And I'm like, I haven't had something for them that's been like inexpensive and cheap. Just because like the coaching, like the things that we're pretty involved. But I asked somebody the other day, said, hey, what would be more valuable to you, like having a community where you could join and you can get all these courses, or would a one-time purchase where you could get everything you need all in one place to JV contracts, how to find deals, how to have wholesalers bringing you deals, how to pretty much do the whole thing, the whole process, my process. If I could, what would be more valuable to you, like a community or that has like that support, or just the course? He's like, honestly, the course. I asked him, I said, his name's Chris. And I asked him, I was like, man, what would be most valuable to you? Like what if I could make a course, like what would it look like? And he told me exactly what it needed to look like. And I was like, okay, well, let me make it. I have everything. Let me just put it together. Okay. And my man is in college. And I know he's in a situation like I was. He doesn't, it's okay. He doesn't have a lot of money. So I said, well, what would you pay for something like this? If I could make something and help you out? He's like 100 to 200 bucks. Okay, that's a lot less expensive than a lot cheaper than what I've sold this for in the past and like the apprenticeships and all the things that I've done. But I said, look, I want to help you out. I'll make this thing. So over the last couple of days, I've been putting this together. Like I said, I've already had a lot of this, but I put it all together in one package, one course, one time. You just buy it and you have it forever. Okay, I created this JV program. And I'll show you guys what it looks like right now. I'll do a quick screen share so you can kind of see inside into what you get. But yeah, I did that because people have been reaching out to me that are balling on budgets and they want help. And I'm like, look, if I was you, I would JV. I wouldn't go out and spend a ton of dough. Now, if you have the money, then like JVing, you can make money, right? But there's other options. I think also like direct to seller is great, but that requires time, effort, and money. Like most time. So I think JVing is a very good option, okay? And something you should have in your back pocket. So I put this together for him, and literally everything he asked, he's like, hey, I need contracts, I need scripts, I need to know where to find leads, I need to know how to comp. Said, I got you. I'll put it there together for you, my brother. So I did that for him. And that's what this was inspired of. This story, many stories of how JVing has saved my life and helped me make money, but dedicated to my brother that's that asked me for something like this. So I built a course for him and many others that I've talked to in the past that are like him. Let me I said his name is Chris. He's awesome guy. So let me show you guys what this course looks like so you guys can get. I'm just going to show you so you don't even have to buy it in order to see what you're going to get. So this is it. Okay, this is the JV, the Painless Flipping JV Academy. All right. Okay, give me 1 sec. I got to make sure this is working. Okay. Yeah, so this is the JVing Painless Flipping Academy. So right here, guys, pretty much I gave you the spiel, the story. Like if you feel like you're overwhelmed trying to figure out yourself, I got the complete system in here for you. Why choose the JV Painless Flipping Academy? Because it's cheap as bump and it's the way to start. Okay. You can read this. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you're going to get some bonus content included. And guys, there's nothing to hold back. It's 197 bucks one time. Okay. The bonus that I'm throwing in there is I'm even going to let you into my the Painless Flipping Academy in school for free for 30 days. You get to try it out. Just check it out. It's a free trial. And then after the 30 days, I've lowered the price again because I have the person that's balling on a budget in mind. I want to help you guys out. It's only $47 a month that you're locked in on that price after that. So $197 for the JV course, and then you're locked in at $47 a month. Pretty simple. And the price is going up. Obviously 47 is cheap. So you get this, you get locked in on that price forever. Okay. Grandfathered in. I've done several JV deals, but this is an 86,000 JV dollar. What am I saying? $86,000 deal that I did where I JV'd with Justin. I did one with the Griffiths. There's a lot more. I just, when you're making these landing pages, you get tired after a while. You don't want to put more and more, but there's more. If you need more, call me and I'll show you. And I even said, look, if you're still hesitant, let me show you what's in there. Okay. And I'm actually in this video, I'm going to show you more in depth, but if you don't have this video, you can look at it. Okay. So you're going to get all the contracts you need. If you're a visual learner, I built out a visual mind map for you to learn. If you wanted just the easy traditional Google, not Google. Yeah, I guess Google Doc, you can use that. It's got scripts, it's got videos, it's got the whole thing. And if you like the course kind of model, there it is. You can do it that way. You can, if you have frequently asked questions like, do I need experience? No, you do not need experience to join the academy. It's lifetime. And if you guys are like, I still don't believe this guy, Nathan Payne, he sounds like a jabroni. Well, I got a video. I don't know if that will convince you that I'm not a jabroni, but it talks about the more of JV deals we've done in the past. So basically, this is it. I'm just showing you. It's included lifetime access, step-by-step modules. Actually, I've thrown in a lot of other stuff that I'm not going to go over, but they're bonuses. Okay. So $197 one time. I know a lot of people are trying to get people into these communities and these monthlies. Look, that's not what this is about. This is a one-time thing. Pay for it, keep it for life. And then you get a 30-day trial into the community that I have. If you stay, you're locked in at $47 a month, grandfathered in, even when the prices go up. Okay. So why would you choose this? Guys, if you're looking for affordable solution to get into real estate, there's no more affordable solution than having other people spend money on marketing and just finding the buyers for them. And that doesn't cost you any money, just costs hustle and a desire. Okay. You're going to get a clear step-by-step guidance. And then this is the checkout page, 197. After 30 days, it charges you $47 a month. Cancel anytime. It's month to month. And then these are some things that you can check out and see if you want additional. They're pretty inexpensive as well. So what does this look like? What do you get? Let's actually go inside. So I just started this thing. So it's like I'm telling you, it's not popping like crazy, but you get inside the community of school. You get a chat, you get wins, you get announcements, daily disciplines, you get deal support. We can work with you and even JV with you in there, or other people can JV with you. Got the classroom's pretty cool because you get the course in there and many other courses, like all the paperwork you need, how to master probate deals, you get a 7-figure offer calculator, deal flow navigator, nationwide list of investor friendly title companies, and the recordings. And then, we have free trainings every week. You guys know how school works. Okay. School's cool. It's good. It's good for the community. But pretty much everything is within here. Now, like I told you, there's 3 people learn all different types of ways. So if you're a visual learner, bam, here's your mind map. You can learn by, being more visual, right? Just click in here and it tells you everywhere to go, step by step. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. It takes you through the step-by-step process. If you're like, nah, I don't care about mind maps, Nate, I just rather just do the course. We'll do the dang course in here. And then after, if you don't stay within the community, right? If you're like, I don't need to be in the community after 30 days, but $47 not worth it to me, then you get to forever keep the links, the course links, right? You can get the membership course here outside of school. You also have the mind map and you have the Word doc. Okay. So you get everything you need to crush it. All right. So I made this specifically for everybody who is balling on a budget, that wants to get into real estate, that doesn't have the funds. All right. Now, getting a coach, getting a mentor, usually it's a larger investment into yourself and because you're going to get hands-on help, or at least you would hope so. I don't know about all programs, but I know with mine, you get hands-on help, like one-on-one, but not everybody can afford that, which is cool. I couldn't afford it back in the day either, which is fine, but you start out simple, and that's what the Painless Flipping JV Academy is for. So I hope this helps you guys out. Again, I made it for you so you could go and crush it. It's saved my life. If you want to go serve somebody today, if you want to help people out, help them move their deal. Okay. Help them JV, help them close the deal or find a buyer for a deal that they did not think it was going to go anywhere. That's what you can do today. All right, everybody. Well, I appreciate your time. This has been an episode of Nathan Payne's Wholesaling Real Estate Storytime. It was helpful. Hope it was helpful. And if you are looking for the site to join the Flipping Academy, I'm throwing it into the chat right here in the comments, or you can just comment and say, hey, Nate, send me the info so I can read a little bit more, or if I can join. And I'll say, yeah, I got you. So anyway, have a great Friday, everybody. I hope this helps out. I know I wish I had something like this because I don't think a lot of people teach how to JV like effectively, efficiently. There it is. Later, everybody.